If you're familiar with Yu-Gi-Oh, you'll know that the Blue Eyes White Dragon is one of the most iconic monsters of all time. So much so that even people who don't know Yu-Gi-Oh have heard of the Blue Eyes White Dragon. Unfortunately, when it comes to the modern card game, Blue Eyes hasn't quite had that same threatening aura for a very long time. Until now. Join me as I document my journey starting from a single structure deck, trading, upgrading, and dueling my way with Blue Eyes to the top of the competitive ladder. Let's make Kaiba proud in playing Yu-Gi-Oh! Properly, Season 3. Aye! Subscribe. Ra-ta-ta-ta-ta-ta, we're gonna make it happen. So we are officially in Alliance Insight format, which is essentially going to be the format that we play at UK Nationals. While Alliance Insight did bring some pretty nice support to decks like Malice and Mitsurugi, Blue Eyes also got a number of new toys that they could play with, although it's not like immediately obvious. So first up we have Dragolithia Kunzite, I think is the name, and on first read of this card, it was pretty crazy. So dump a Blue Eyes to special summon itself as a free level 8 dragon from hand, pretty nice, and then it also has an effect in Grave where it can banish itself to reborn a Blue Eyes or like a normal monster. The issue is that you can only use one effect per turn, so card's ass. Next up is Dragon's Mind. This is a really cool counter trap card that can only be activated if you control a monster with 2500 attack or 2500 defense. So Blue Eyes White Dragon or Blue Eyes Spirit Dragon. Blue Eyes as a deck can be kind of awkward when it comes to choosing what going first card you want in the side deck. Solemn Strike and Solemn Warning are sometimes just the better counter traps to play, but in a deck like Blue Eyes, you don't want to get bodied by a rogue lightning storm. That happens quite a lot, actually. And so for that reason, you pretty much have to play Judgment to prevent it. Dragon's Mind is a very solid middle ground because not only are you able to stop spell and traps like Lightning Storm and Feather Duster similar to Judgment, you're also able to hit monster effects similar to Solemn Strike. So if you and your opponent both brick, you can play on turn 3 and then use your counter trap to negate their hand trap. On top of that, Dragon's Mind can just recur itself from the graveyard and then you can just use it again. So really nice card, actually. But unlike Judgment, it can't stop summons, so you gotta pick and choose, you know? Another cool card we can make use of in Alliance Insight is the new Snake Eyes Vengeance Dragon. So you can just hard make this. It's a generic level 12 synchro. You can make it with like Blue Eyes White Dragon and Neo Kaiser Seahorse, which is a level 4 tuner. But the main application for this card is Nibiru. After getting nibbed, you can go into this with your level 11 token and your additional normal summon of like another Sage or something to still end up with 2 to 3 interruptions on the board. Hell, you can even use your own Nibiru for it if you need to clear your opponent's big token that you just gave them, so you use your Nibiru body plus your level 1 to make Snake Eye Vengeance Dragon, put the token in the back row, and then game. It's definitely a situational flex spot, but it's definitely an option worth considering. I think it's a good card. The last card from Alliance Insight that I think we can use and is probably the best inclusion is the new Ancient Fairy Synchro monster. Blue Eyes Spirit Dragon can summon it in defense position, then you're able to attack in defense position using its 3300 defense stats. So it makes pushes for game much easier without having to jump through hoops and then potentially risking everything into a rogue Nibiru. But yeah, all of these cards are very cheap and cheerful, so shouldn't be too difficult to pick up and, you know, at least experiment with. Last episode, we got our hands on some very nice cards actually and continued to improve our Metamorph builds. We are now looking to move to the next engine. So hopefully today we can trade into like the Invoked engine and start normal summoning Alistair. Either way, we got 30 fresh Smackerinos to go get some new shiny cards, so let's go spend some money. Oh, also, like the video. Shoutouts to this list of absolute legends for support in the channel. Thank you so much, guys. You're making it all possible, you know? Appreciate you a lot. Yo, we're actually prepared for once. We're not doing our opening in the back room of locals right before the tournament starts. So we're actually maybe going to be able to get some trades lined up in advance and, you know, not have to scramble to get our list made just as round 1 begins. But let's see if we can pull any goo. We haven't had crazy luck with Stampede recently. It's mostly just been like the Strike was our only really good pull. Let's see if today is the day that changes. Can we pull a Magia? Please, come on. Also, more Invoked stuff would be cool. We have 1 Alistair, so 2 more would be very much appreciated. Thank you. Look at this. First pack, right off the bat, we got a QC Link monster. Boom! Lina, the Light Charmer, Lustrous. Bro, we could play this, which is very cool, although I don't really want to play Lina, to be honest. It's like very cuttable. So yeah, this is definitely trade bait. Don't know how much this is worth. It being a charmer, like probably a decent amount, right? So that's probably actually a good pool. Oh, look at this pack. We got a juicy pack, bro. It's a very shiny pack. Okay, collector's rare Daruma. Oh, collector's rare Dragon Tidying. Look at that. Okay, cool. Platinum secret rare Fuwa. Zodiac Rapier to go alongside our Zodiac Barrage. Do we have a Barrage still? I think we got rid of the collectors. We still have the ultimate rare in the binder. And then, finally, oh, baby! We got an engraver to round off the pack. Oh, my! Okay, this is a nice Stampede opening. Literally one pack. Let's keep this up, baby. We have a Crimson Dragon. Okay, so if we do eventually want to play like a Crimson Dragon package, we have the Crimson Dragon. We just need like the Cipher, maybe an Abyss, a Trishula, you know, there's many different options and there's many different routes you can take, but you are playing into Nibiru, which is a thing. Okay, Platinum Secret Rare, Xyz Monster, we have Mermail, Abyss Gaios, Platinum Secret Rare, okay, into, dude, we got we got back-to-back triple hits. Oh my goodness, Collector's Rare, Gaga, Magician. Kind of bulk, honestly, unfortunately. But yeah, Platinum Secret Rare numero dos. We have Mermail Abyss Megalo. Yo, this is like the Mermail pack, dude. And another Noir in Ultra Rare this time. Okay, we're getting all the shiny cards out of these packs. Next up, we have Meteonis Drytron. Is this a QC? Am I seeing a QC? Or is that Platinum Secret Rare? I think it's Platinum Secret Rare. Okay. Yeah, Meteonis Drytron into the Platinum Secret Rare Harpy Channeler. Love Harpies, bro. Deck hasn't received support in so long. Yeah, Channeler, very, very nice card. Into, okay, this is, yeah, no real hits in this pack. About time, huh? Secret Rare Astral Karibo. We have Cyber Dragon Infinity. Love that card. And a Vanquish Soul Dr. Madlove. Okay, sick. And then final pack of Stampede. Can't complain about this opening whatsoever, dude. We have a Drytron Nova to go alongside our Meteonis. Can we get another QC? No, it's a Platinum Secret Rare. Okay, Platinum Secret Rare Dark Magician Girl. Ooh, that could be nice. That could be worth like a $5 or something. Any more hits? No more hits, it looks like. Okay, Mulcharmy Fuelos, please. We got a Secret Rare Archfiend Eccentric. This is back row removal. We're not playing Resonators anymore, so it's not like we can search this off Soul Resonator, but, you know, Secret Rare, very nice. We have Evil Hero, a Dusted Gold, and finally, an Effect Monster. Come on, Fuelos, please. Fuelos! Mystic Piper. This is actually it's not a tuner, never mind. Level 1 light spellcaster, yeah, it's not a tuner, okay. Doesn't matter, never mind. Whew, okay, so QC Lina. And a couple of other nice cards as trade bait here. Can't complain about that. So far, we've had a QC in every opening, which is honestly pretty sick, dude. Pretty sick. So, I've just got done updating the trade binder. We'll take that to locals and try and get some trades done later. But for now, I have been looking to optimize things and just thinking about the format. We've had a couple of events now in this format, and so that gives us an idea on what to prepare for when it comes to our national tournament. Things like the new Malice tax, they're kind of able to push through Chaos Hunter now, so maybe it's not worth playing Chaos Hunter. It really depends on their hand, I guess. How Mitsurugi Raziel's being played, what kind of non-engine is being played right now, etc, etc. People are main decking upwards of 6, 7, 8, 9 Charmies in some cases, which is very spooky. Droll is definitely one of the better hand traps this format. Nibiru is actually good if you know how to use it. If you pair it with something, it's fine on its own. Maybe not so much. Things like Ghost Spell and DD Crow are becoming popular as well now because they're able to hit both Mitsurugi and Malice. So not only does this give us an idea on the kind of non-engine that we want to pick up, it also gives us an idea of what we want to prepare to be interrupted by when it comes to playing the game. Obviously, we don't want to go too deep down the rabbit hole or too in-depth because we don't even know what build we're going to be playing at Nationals yet, but I did figure out some very important lines in our Metalmorph deck that essentially makes every starter in the deck pretty much immune to Nibiru. Okay, so Nibiru has a similar relationship with Blue Eyes like it does with Malice, and that is the fact it can just completely annihilate you if you don't respect it. It punishes bad players and, I guess, incorrect sequencing as well. So here is how to never fall victim to Nibiru as long as you're playing the Metal Morph build. I showed you how just the Metal engine beats Nibiru and how both engines plays through it 2 episodes ago. Today, I'm showing you how even just your Blue Eyes starters can beat it as well without playing scared. It's like a spreadsheet, but spread over multiple episodes, you know? And it's free. Hell yeah. Okay, so we're gonna go through Sage, Wishes, and Maiden here. Starting with our Sage combo, we are going to normal summon Sage and activate the effect, add in Maiden. We're gonna activate the Maiden, placing True Light, and we're gonna go True Light effect to set. You don't need to respect Ghost Ogre because barely anyone is playing Ghost Ogre, so you're pretty safe just activating True Light whenever without having to go through Spirit first. But yeah, we're going to activate Wishes immediately and discard one of our cards here, adding both Roar and Veiler. You can add Sage, which will help later on, but we're adding Veiler here just for the sake of the combo. From here, we're going to activate Roar to summon Blue Eyes from the deck, and that is of course going to trigger Maiden in the graveyard to summon. And then while Blue Eyes is on the field, we might as well activate the effect of Wishes. Banishing it and getting it out of the graveyard means you're able to set a second copy next turn with True Light. But we are going to equip the Neo Ultimate Dragon to Blue Eyes there, and then we're going to link our Sage into the Link 1 finally, activating the effect to grab the field spell to hand. And now we'll link Spirit and the Blue Eyes into Spheres as summon number 5. And that's essentially the key to all these combos. It doesn't really work in Primite because special summoning Barrel doesn't really get you through your Primite plays. You have to normal summon Barrel. So this is only a thing you can do in the Metal Morph build, which is really, really cool. We can then activate the field spell effect targeting Maiden. We'll chain Maiden because she's been targeted. We can reborn a Blue Eyes White Dragon. And then resolving the field spell, we're going to send a Blue Eyes to grave. And then we can synchro these two into the Blue Eyes Spirit Dragon. And we would essentially be passing on Veiler, Spheres, and Spirit. If our opponent has like Feather Duster, it doesn't really matter because, you know, Spirit negate this and grave, and then we still have Spheres and then Spirit tag out. So we would be attempting to leave the main phase here. And our opponent would be like, okay, what do I know in your hand? I know Veiler, right? Yeah, okay, so Nibiru, right? It makes sense. You would just Nibiru here and a main. Here's the Nibiru. Those get tributed. Spheres will trigger here. Obviously, they can Nibiru at any point after the 5th summon, but it's not going to matter whatsoever. The point is we summon Spheres as summon number 5, and we get the Spheres trigger on the resolution of Nibiru. So Spheres will trigger, summoning out Black Metal Dragon. We'll link off the Black Metal Dragon into our second Link 1, triggering the effect of Black Metal Dragon to add Red MD. We'll banish the Spirit to summon Red MD, and then Red MD effect will summon back the Black Metal Dragon. And then we can synchro these two, or link these two, sorry, into our second copy of Spheres. And so that's why you have to play 2 Link 1, and you have to play 2 Spheres in the Metal Morph build. But yeah, we'll activate the Black Metal Dragon again here, adding the Full Metal, and then the Full Metal effect is going to place the trap. Now, like I said earlier, we added Veiler with the Wishes. If we added Sage, we could normal summon Sage here, add Veiler, and then synchro with the Nibiru token into Snake Eyes Vengeance Dragon. So that would add an additional interruption to the board. We could also just normal summon the Veiler, and then synchro that into the Snake Eyes Vengeance Dragon. And then opponent's turn, True Light can summon back Blue Eyes in the draw phase, because we want to get up a negate before our opponent gets to the main phase, therefore they can't just Lightning Storm our board away with the True Light. We might as well summon the Maiden here. You don't have to if you don't want to turn on Thrust. But yeah, we'll summon back the Maiden. And then Max Metal Morph, tribute the Blue Eyes to summon back out the Full Metal Dragon. So there we go. We don't have to end on a mid-board playing conservatively to avoid Nibiru. Even if we do get Nibiru'd, like, our board is good either way. So Nibiru just does not touch this deck regardless of what starter you open. And I think that's great. All the combos are going to be pretty similar, but let's move on to the Maiden combo. Alright, here we go. So just Maiden, all the combos are essentially going to be pretty much the same, just in a different order depending on the starter that you open with. But yeah, with just the Maiden, we'll activate the Maiden effect, placing the True Light, True Light effect is going to set the wishes. We'll activate the wishes, discarding Droll, I guess. Adding Sage and the Roar here. We'll normal summon Sage, effect, adding Effect Veiler. And then we'll activate Roar, summoning out the Blue Eyes to trigger the Maiden and Graveyard, summoning back as well. Once again, might as well go for the wishes to equip the Blue Eyes. Finally going to link Sage into the link 1, grabbing the field spell. And then as summon number 5, we are once again going to make the spheres here. Activate the field spell effect, target Maiden, chain Maiden, summon back Blue Eyes. Resolve the field spell, dumping the Blue Eyes to increase the attack of Maiden. And then synchro these two into the Blue Eyes Spirit Dragon. And then, oh no! Rock! Okay, cool. Spheres effect, summoning out Black Metal Dragon. We link once again into the Spirit effect of Black Metal, adding Red MD. Banish the Spirit to summon Red MD. Red MD effect, summon back Black Metal. And then link these two into Spheres number 2. Black Metal, of course, adding Full Metal effect. Placing the trap cards. And once again, we have the option to normal summon Veiler and make the Snake Eyes Vengeance Dragon, or you can just keep the Veiler in hand. It depends on the interruptions that you value. Malice is weak to removal, of course, so maybe you want to change the Veiler for the Vengeance, get a removal option rather than just the negate. Opponent's turn, True Light. Summon back Blue Eyes. Summon back Maiden. And then Max Metal Morph, tribute the Blue Eyes, summoning out the Full Metal Dragon as well. Basically the same board. That is the Maiden combo. Now let's get into the Wishes combo. Alright, here we go. Once again, same logic applies. This time we're starting with Wishes. So, activate Wishes, pitching Droll, our second copy of Droll here. Adding Sage and Roar. Like, you would just normally do this anyway. We would then normal summon Sage, effect, adding the Maiden, activating the effect of Maiden to place the True Light, effect of Roar, summoning out the Blue Eyes White Dragon, effect of Maiden and Grave, of course, to come back. Wishes effect, we are going to equip the Neo. The Neo doesn't really matter here, because we're not ending on a Blue Eyes monster if we get Nibiru. However, if we don't get Nibiru, of course, Spirit's going to be on the field, so yeah, we might as well do it anyway. Of course, we link the link 1 with Sage here, grab the field spell, and then Spheres comes down as summon number 5. We'll activate the field spell and effect target Maiden, chain Maiden. Summon the Blue Eyes, dumping the Blue Eyes, and then synchroing these two into the Blue Eyes Spirit Dragon. Out comes the rock once again. Guess who's cooking? No, can you smell it? I don't know what I'm talking about, dude. Can you smell what the rock is cooking? I don't know. Spheres triggers here, summoning out the Black Metal Dragon, of course, link 1. Black Metal Dragon to add the Red MD. We'll banish the link 1 to summon the Red MD. Summon back the Black Metal Dragon. Link into the Spheres again. Black Metal Dragon adds the Full Metal. Activate the Full Metal to place the trap card. And then this time we can go True Light to set because we haven't done that yet. Setting the Majesty there as well. Opponent's turn. Draw phase, True Light to summon. Boom, Blue Eyes. Boom, Maiden. Max Metal Morph, tribute the Blue Eyes. Summon out the Full Metal. This time we don't have the Veiler in hand, and there's no like potential Snake Eyes Vengeance Dragon, but we have the Majesty, so, you know, it's fine. Also, Majesty for 2. So that's quite nice, especially against like back row decks. And yeah, those are all the Blue Eyes starter combos to just beat Nibiru in this deck. Of course, like Nibiru plus hand trap's still gonna be like kind of awkward to play through. Like Ash on Wishes just kind of like kills most of it, but still very, very good lines to know. And with that done and out of the way, it's time to go to locals and not put any of this into practice because it'll all go right out of my head as soon as we walk in the door. Maybe we can get some trades too. Let's go.
It's actually alright. I got pretty decent pools, like...
Oh shit, you got the hair.
You got the best old plan.
Yeah, it was alright. Fucking...
Wait, what's the...
The question on everybody's mind, what cards did we acquire today? Well, we got some invoked cards. Unfortunately, we weren't able to pick up the full engine, but we're very, very close now. So I think maybe next episode, we'll probably be able to play invoked. But yeah, from our good friend Chris, we got a nice shiny copy, Platinum Secret Rare Invocation from Rarity 4, alongside a ultra rare Alistair the Invoker, the ugly art, the all art, god damn it, dude. But yeah, very, very close to completing our invoked package now. Still need the fusion monsters, at least one Mechaba, and I don't know if you play Aguades, you probably do, right? Because you can make him big. Like, if you banish a Blue Eyes Ultimate from Grave, he's 6,500, that's crazy. In this trade, we also got the other 2 copies of Strike. We pulled one in, like, episode 2, and so this completes our playset. And then we also got a playset here of Ghost Bell and Haunted Mansion, a very, very good hand trap this format, actually. So we're going to be experimenting with different non-engine right now. We got all of this for a Platinum Secret Rare Abyssgaios, the Ancient Gear statue that we pulled at one of our prize packs, and then some other random stuff like a transaction rollback and maybe something else as well. You've seen it in the clip, you know? And then from Leo, we traded our QCR Lina the day we pulled it, man. It's just in and out of the binder immediately. But we got our second copy of Lightning Storm Secret Rare as well. Very, very nice. We got a Thrust to go alongside it. Very, very good card. Don't know if we're actually going to have the space in our end build for Thrust. So, like, worst case scenario, we can just trade this away again in the future because it is a money card. We got the Ninaruru. We finally got an Xyz Magistus after we stopped playing the Magistus lock, but just in case we want to go back to it, we got the Xyz there as well. We got a playset, mismatching playset, might I add, of DD Crow, 2 commons and an ultra rare from Crystal Revenge. So we can test DD Crow as well. And then we got a copy of Meltdown as well here. So 3 cards towards the invoked package here. But yeah, we gave Leo a transaction rollback, the collector's Red Dragon Tidying that we pulled, the QCR Lina, some other Platinum Secret, I think it was like the Performapal Pendulum Sorcerer dude, and then maybe something else. Ultimately, some very juicy trades and some very nice non-engine for us to test going into this format now. But let's have a quick look at the upgraded list, and then we'll get into the gameplay. Alright, here we go, just a quick glance at our updated list because there's not too many crazy changes. Of course, we are trying the Bell today. We'll try Crow in the next episode. Yeah, don't really look too much into our non-engine ratios or anything like that because it's a little bit bucky. In terms of engine, we're looking pretty clean though. Still playing the 3 Blue Eyes. You know, it's a Kaiba curse. We gotta play 3. Side deck, we've got some upgrades here. We're playing the Thrust, the second Lightning Storm. We got our Solemn Strikes and Skill Drain. Instead of the Judgments, I thought I'd try out Strike, see what it's like after that Malice game last episode. Then, of course, we have our Crossout and Black Meteor Dragon in the side here as well. Extra deck. Only thing I really want to change right now is a Guardian Chimera. That could become either the Snake Eyes Vengeance or a Ancient Fairy Life Dragon. But yeah, first locals of Alliance Insight. Let's see how it goes. So I was hoping with this being Alliance Insight format now, we would be able to play against, you know, Mitsurugi Raiziel, Malice, and get some testing against, you know, the top tier decks of the format. But the feature match today is Gregor on Labrynth because we didn't get any good Alliance Insight matchups. The cards are still relatively new, so people are still learning the decks and experimenting with some of the cards, so we probably won't see anything new until the next episode. Thankfully, we do win the dice roll. It is a very important dice roll to win. Let's see how it goes. It's time a duel, baby.
Yeah, I'll start.
Alright, so getting to go first, we draw our opening 5 and start off with a Wishes to see if we can bait any interaction. We ditch a Blue Eyes from hand and add Veiler plus Roar. Adding Veiler signals that our hand is pretty cracked, and Gregor doesn't have Draw or Ash, so we're cooking here. We normal summon Black Metal, go into the Link 1 and go through our Metalmorph plays. Special summon Red MD, Reborn Black Metal Dragon, and link into Spheres, adding the Full Metal, and Gregor reads Full Metal, seeing that it's an Omni-Negate, and therefore on resolution just activates, I think it's Stovey Torby, to place a big welcome. He also ditches Rollback, so we have to be careful, but we do see the line. Activating the Field spell, we use our second normal summon on Sage, adding another copy of Veiler, activate Maiden, placing True Light, then we're going to link Sage into the Link 1, and because we ditched Blue Eyes earlier, we don't have to use a field spell, we can just go Link 1 into Blue Eyes, reborn the Maiden, and then go field spell target Maiden, chain Maiden to reborn Sage and Graveyard for an extra level 1 tuner. We can then synchro into Spirit Dragon first to play around the rollback in Graveyard, use Roar to bring back a Blue Eyes, and then make Lightstorm Dragon pop the big welcome. From here we're going to activate Full Metal, set the Max Metal Morph trap, shuffling it back into the deck, and pass turn without activating True Light. Yeah, we were supposed to set Majesty as well, I guess I forgot, but yeah, in Gregor's draw phase we activate True Light to bring back Blue Eyes and Maiden, and then Max Metal Morph, tribute the Blue Eyes to summon out the Full Metal. He goes to main phase and activates Pot of Extravagance, banishing these weird ass anime sleeves. I don't know who that is or what anime it is, but yeah, we probably just negate that with a Full Metal. He normal summons Ariana, of course that's going to get hit with a Veiler, and then from there he just kind of looks at his 2 cards in hand and scoops them up. Easy game 1. Alright, game 2, we got Gregor on the play, and maybe our Ghost Spells will get good mileage in this matchup, but yeah, Gregor starts with normal summon Ariana, adding Coup Clock, activates Coup Clock, and then a furniture piece pitching rollback, setting Big Welcome. We banish the Coup Clock with Magnamut to stop it from summoning back, activate Magnamut to search in the end phase, Big Welcome gets activated, we have the bell to stop that, but we're not able to stop the rollback, copying the effect in Graveyard, summoning Lovely, bouncing the Ariana, chaining 1 Lovely to destroy a card in hand, chaining 2 Torby to come back, he hits the Prosperity, which is the best card he could have hit, and then sets 2 pass turn. In the end phase, it's kind of difficult to decide what to add because we have Neo Kaiser Seahorse and Black Metal Dragon in hand. We end up just adding Black Meteor Dragon and then drawing for turn. I think even if we play this turn perfectly, there's no way for us to win, but we do play it incorrectly in my opinion. We normal summon Black Metal Dragon and link into the Link 1, adding Red MD and the field spell. On resolution, we do get drawled, but yeah, I think we were supposed to go Anima to take the Torby there, and then SP with the Magnamut to at least force out some interactions. I'm honestly not sure what I'm trying to do here, but yeah, I activate the field spell, go field spell, dump Blue Eyes. I then activate the effect of the Link 1 to reborn the Blue Eyes, and then having the Blue Eyes on field allows us to special summon the Neo Kaiser Seahorse from hand. We have so many options we can do. For example, Neo Kaiser Seahorse can reduce its own level and then synchro with the Magnamut to make Lightstorm Dragon, which is quite good. Anything to put the Neo Kaiser Seahorse in grave to then dump a Maiden is probably the correct play. Instead, I just go battle phase here to try and see what Gregor will do with his back row. He activates the Big Welcome, chains the Stovey Torby on field, setting a Welcome Labrynth, summoning Lady, bouncing Lady, Torby comes back, Lovely's gonna pop a card from hand, she pops the Black Meteor Dragon, Lady comes down, Daruma Karma Cannon gets activated, chain Lady to set another Big Welcome. We had so many options to potentially play through this field, and we chose the worst one for some reason. We flipped the Magnamut because it was summoned in the previous turn and had not declared an attack. We banish it for the Red MD. Red MD summons back the Black Meteor Dragon, and we could make spheres, but we don't. We just pass turn with a Nibiru in hand. Yeah, there's really no point dragging this out. Just put the fries in the bag low, bro. Like, this game's over. Game 3 got a little wild. I swear it lasted longer than Konami's quarter century celebrations. Both of our hands are like somewhat ass. We start with Black Metal Dragon into the Link 1, straight away just adding the Full Metal and not even the field spell. We then activate Black Meteor in hand, dumping a Blue Eyes to summon itself, and then link into Spheres. Full Metal sets the Max Metal Morph trap, and we pass turn just like that. We were supposed to activate the field spell here because we hard opened it. We need an emergency target to bounce with Spheres in case there's something like a Lightning Storm or something like that. So yeah, bad hand, and we've already misplayed. Gregor starts with Extravagance, drawing 2, then activates a furniture piece, setting Big Welcome while sending Blackjack. Blackjack? No, it's Backjack, right? After that, Gregor just sets 1 more, 2 more, 3 more, and then passed his turn, so we weren't actually able to bounce anything with spheres. This led to us not having our Omni Negate live on our turn because there was nothing to tribute for our trap card. So something as simple as not activating the field spell turn 1 ends up being a big blunder. But yeah, our turn 2, Gregor activates Big Welcome, we stop it with the bell, and then activate the field spell, dump a Blue Eyes to raise Spheres' attack to 800, punch for 800, and pass turn. In our end phase, Gregor activates Trap Trick, setting the Welcome Labrynth, activates the Welcome Labrynth to summon Ariana from the deck. On summon, Ariana is going to add a copy of Stovey Torby to the hand. But wait, there's more. On resolution, Gregor activates the Stovey Torby to set Big Welcome, activates the Backjack Engrave, hitting another Big Welcome off the top, and then he draws for turn. His first action is activating Big Welcome Labrynth, and we are going to hit that with Bell again. Bell is putting in the work, man. He goes into the battle phase to force out our spheres. We activate the effect of spheres to bounce our field spell back to hand, and then the mandatory mandatory effect gets hit with a Dominus Impulse, and we take 1600 damage. From there, Gregor simply just passes turn. Okay, and we top deck a Sage, so we're kind of saved here. Normal summon the Sage, activate the effect, resolves, adding Maiden. I want to try and get this Omni Negate online as soon as possible, so we link into the Link 1, activate the effect, summoning back the Blue Eyes from the graveyard, and then just immediately tribute it with the Max Metamorph. He chains Big Welcome Labrynth, summons out Lovely, and bounces the Ariana while we get the Full Metal out of the deck, and then he has a big chain link here. Chain link 1 Lovely, pop a card, Torvi to summon back, 2 Welcome to setback, and Chandragleer to come back to hand. He pops the Metamorph equip, making Full Metal able to be targeted and destroyed by monster and spell effects, but this is the turning point of the duel because we are finally able to activate our triple tactics thrust. I double check to make sure there's no like back row protection or anything, and then we add a Harpy's Feather Duster, baby. D-Barrier gets chained, calling Synchro, which is, you know, like mildly annoying, and yeah, that's the end of the chain, so all the back row goes bye-bye. From there, we finally activate our Maiden in hand, placing the True Light. Check Gregor's graveyard to make sure there's no interruptions. He can activate Big Welcome in grave, but we have our Omni Negate live anyway, so it's fine. True Light sets Wishes, which we just activate, pitching our field spell to the graveyard that we bounced with Spheres, adding Valor plus Roar. We activate the Roar, summoning back Blue Eyes, which is going to trigger Maiden to summon back. Wishes is going to equip our Neo ultimate to our Blue Eyes. We can summon Tyrant and clear the field. On summon, Gregor activates Arius in hand to set or summon from hand, and we do negate that. We probably didn't have to, but yeah, we attack into both monsters with Tyrant, not activating the effect to set the Metamorph trap, which we probably should have done. He also activated the effect of Torbi on attack declaration, but had no targets in the deck, so we're winning the grind game, man. Let's go. Also, we're getting closer and closer to time on the round, but yeah, we pass turn. Gregor starts by normal summoning Ariana. We chain Valor. He chains Arius to summon back. We chain to negate that, and then he chains Big Welcome, bounces the Ariana so it resolves, adding Lady. On resolution, Torbi summons itself back, and Welcome sets itself back. He summons Lady, makes Chaos Angel, targeting the Maiden. He wasn't sure what to target, but yeah, he targets the Maiden, which we just chain, summoning back Blue Eyes. Sets a card as well, beats over the Full Metal for 100 damage, and then passes turn. We do still just have another Majesty in deck, so in the end phase, we're going to activate True Light to set Wishes, and then we're going to draw for turn. That draw is, of course, just going to be discard fodder for the Wishes. It was a Called by the Grave, but we're going to add a Sage and a Majesty. We may have one Maiden banished, but we can normal summon Sage and add another Maiden, and then Synchro summon into the Lightstorm Dragon to force out the 2 back row. It is a Trap Trick and a Welcome Labrynth. Welcome is going to summon an Arius from the deck, and Trap Trick is going to set a Daruma Karma Cannon, which does out the Tyrant, unfortunately. So we just go battle phase here, declare an attack with Tyrant, Karma Cannon gets flipped, everything gets booked, and Tyrant gets sent to the graveyard because it's still face up. Chaos Angel loses its battle protection because it's been booked as well, though, so we go True Light still in the battle phase to summon back Blue Eyes, beat over the Chaos Angel, and set 1 before passing turn. Gregor normal summons Ariana, activating the effect to add a copy of Arius to the hand, flips the other Arius, and then we pop both monsters with the Majesty. He activates the Arius in hand to summon a Chandragleer, and I think he's going to go for Typhon, but we only summon from the extra deck once, and time is coming, so yeah, he just scoops. Absolute slogfest of a game, as you would expect against Labrynth, but we finally get the W, man. And that was round 3 of our locals today. Round 1, we played against Ethan on a Ryuji Dragon Ruler deck, which we bodied with Lancia. It is Alliance Insight, but the game was a mess, so yeah, not a feature match. Round 2, we played against Cam on Millennium Regenesis. The synergy is that Sangenjin has 2500 defense, but he kept bricking on like Exodia pieces and whatnot, so again, yeah, not a great feature match. And then the final round of locals, we played against Mr. Moore on Snake Eyes, and this was a really good match. However, we did lose that one because his final hand was just godlike. I think we hit him with a draw and stop all his Fiendsmith plays, and then he just goes final card, 1 for 1, pitching Ash, and then summons Oak from the deck, and it's just like GG from there. So once again, another 3-1 record and top 4 finish. We are doing consistently really well with this deck, and it's not even like a full power build, so I'm pretty confident for Nats, man. Well, another top 4 locals finish in the books, baby. We came 3rd, as you saw, and I know you didn't see the final match because it wasn't recorded, but Reese's hand was just absolutely cracked. Snake Eyes. Yeah, 1 for 1, pitch Ash, summon Oak. Pretty crazy when all you have is draw. Alright, so, Alliance Insight. There's some nice cards in this set. We could pull the March Hare, which would be a very, very nice trade towards any potential Primite cards, or like, Fiendsmith cards. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see where we go. But Spore the Fairy Seed, we have Bomber Place. Regenesis Dragon. Oh, we can pull Regenesis cards and like experiment with those. That's funny. Materia Reactor Melt Through, and our holo here is, oh, the Red Eyes Metal Claws Dragon. Yeah, I don't think we can actually play this in our like minuscule engine. This is like a very good card in the actual Metamorph deck, but for our little Red Eyes Blue Eyes package, yeah, we can't really make use of it, unfortunately. Ass! Piss! Cool! Tsurugi, Sacred Boundary, Mass Driver, and 7 stars slash. Okay, come on, Alliance Insight, please. Even backup is a money ultra, and the White Forest Field Spell is like money as well. So, like, we can pull good stuff. We have an Anva, NT 8000, Sirius, Doggerad the Stone Trooper. We have Spore the Fairy Seed. It's a spell card. Yo, White Forest Field Spell? Malice in the Mirror, super rare, very good card, not worth anything sadly. Blessing, Tempest, Camby, and Boundary. Okay, can we at least pull like an ultimate rare Sage, please, for once? We have Evil Hero, Malicious Bane. Damn it, it's not an ultimate rare, dude. Sinister Necrom, yo, Hero Pack, and we have another Black Sheep token. God damn, dude, we're gonna have Scapegoat ready to resolve at this point once we get 2 more tokens. Well, yep, 3rd place. Nothing good in the prize packs, unfortunately. But hey, the deck continues to perform. We love that. So let's just keep kicking ass, baby. See you next week.